Hello. Good morning, sir. So today I will discuss about the importance of quality control in feed industry. What are the significance of quality control, and what is the need of quality control? Actually, quality control we can perform of different raw materials and finished goods. Whatever we are made and we are processing in the during the process of the feed in the feed mills, and the nutritional parameter which is very much important uh, to assess the quality, and for marketing purpose, whenever the quality is deteriorated or poor quality, that will affect the production of the animal, and that will simultaneously affect the market of that particular feed. So quality of feed is very much important. Quality of raw material is also very much important. So the quality of finished goods, which depends on the quality of raw material, and whatever the premixes and others we are included or incorporated in during the preparation of the finished products. So nutritional quality of feed ingredient, which is known by its ability to supply the specific nutrients for the target animal. Actually, it varies with the nutrient requirement is varied with the cycle of the life cycle of the animals. So for growing animals, nutrient requirement is different than the animals are in production, either milk production, meat production, or egg production, like in case of the poultry. So the growing stage different, production stage different, and old stage is different. So accordingly, the nutrient requirement varies, and feed millers, they prepare different kind of the feed based on the life of the animal, based on the requirement of the animal for particular age group and production level. So feed which should be free from any physical and chemical contaminants. It should be. So for that, we have to assess the nutrient content of that raw material and finished product, nutrient availability, whatever the availability of nutrients in finished goods, and how we can vary the batch wise variation. This can also be recorded. So batch wise quality control, if we can measure, then it will be the good. And ingredient variation also. So particular ingredients like maize, wheat bran, or whatever the byproduct of the grains. So individual wild cakes. So individual, the nutrient availability of that raw material is individually varies. So we should go for the quality control of the individual raw material. We can check the individual raw material at the time of unloading and before the placing it for preparation of the finished products. And genetics is also one of the important factors. And nowadays, some quality protein we are discussing, we are knowing what is quality protein. So we are there is wider change in the genetics of the plants. So it varies accordingly. The nutrient quality varies. It also depends on the genetics, harvesting time, processing of that plant, and a storage, how we can store this Transportation. Suppose we are transporting in a summer season, we are transporting in open truck, and we are transporting in a rainy season. So the moisture parameter and dry matter content of that particular feed will alter, or any adulteration, whether it is present in the feed or not. So nowadays, there are variety of adulterants which is available in the market, and that will be mixed in the raw materials, and that will deteriorate the quality of the feed. So we should keep in mind these things that will affect the quality parameters of the raw material as well as finished products. So what is the objective of quality control? Why we can perform this? What is the need of that? To ensure the manufacturing, whether it is functioning properly or not, to ensure the manufactured product, finished product, which is according to our specification or not, and to ensure the customer satisfaction as they want. So this is very much important. If customer will not satisfy with our product, then we cannot market the product, and we lose huge amount of the money of investment. So market is very much important, and for market, customer satisfaction is uh, very much important, and it requires, if once the customer is satisfied with our product, then we can market and we can earn sufficiently. So to ensure the feed, whether it is palatable or not, and it has optimum medication level, and it should be free from the any type of the contaminants. So these are the basic objectives for performing the quality parameters, and we have to attain these objectives while performing it in the laboratory at manufactured plant. So what are the benefits of quality control? What are those benefits? There are different benefits to enhance the profit. This is the major concern of the feed millers, how we can enhance the profit of our feed plants, and how we can reduce the uh, economy of the production. So enhance the profit, improvement of the market share. If quality is good, then definitely we can improve the market share of our product, minimize the production cost, saving and in customer services. Actually, when the product is of good quality, then we can save the customer services. We can receiving less complaint from the field. We can uh, we can give less emphasis on the marketing person, and recruitment of marketing person is less if our product quality is of good. We can reduce the compensation payment when quality is poor. Then sometimes feed millers have to give compensation to the dealers, and the dealers will give the compensation to the end user, that is the farmers. So we can save this money if quality is of optimum, and enhance the customer satisfaction. We can enhance the customer satisfaction by giving and by quality testing of the products, and we can improve the product quality image and brand. This is very much important. So once the image of the product is good based on the quality parameters, then it will be good for the feed millers for long run. And if image is established and product is established in the market, then there is no dearth of the any other problems, and then there is no complaints coming from the market. Then there is a wider satisfaction as we can say that satisfaction of the product, which will establish the image in the market. So better discipline management, we can perform better discipline management based on the quality if it is in good. And lastly, the good industry and morals of the company will be established in the market. So how we can perform and what is the frequency of doing the quality parameters of different feed ingredients and what parameters we should do. It varies with the ingredients, number of ingredients, how much ingredients we have to procure for the preparation of the different types of feed and finished products. So this is one of the examples when we can say that about the maize quality, maize ingredient. We can test the protein, moisture, and aflatoxin level in maize. So protein and moisture we can test every loads when it will come to the plant, and alpha aflatoxin we can perform bigly in case of maize. Like other like soybean meal, we can perform protein level, moisture level, fiber level, and urease activity. Actually, sometimes there may be the adulteration which is present in the soybean meal, that is the urea high to overcome the and to enhance the nitrogen level of the protein. So ultimately the CP percentage of soybean meal needs to be enhanced by adulteration of the urea. So we should go for the urease activity in every loads, which is very much important. Like that, the fish meal, we have to go for the protein, calcium, phosphorus, sodium, bacterial load, which is very much important. So we can go for the microscopic uh, parameters also. Like meat and bone meals, we go for the protein, moisture, calcium, phosphorus, sodium level, as well as the bacterial load and microscopic examination. So like that, we can perform different parameters while testing the quality of the raw materials in weekly and every load frequency. So what are the attributes which is being followed in the management of the quality assurance? That is the quality policy. First one is the quality policy. And thereafter specification systems. There are some different specification of different kind of the feeds. Some standard has been set for different category of the animals, whether it is acceptable or rejectable. The decision we can take based on the standard, system improvement, and administration and motivation. So these are the 6 attributes for management of the quality assurance. How we can assess the feed quality? So first, incoming feed ingredients, we should check it, incoming feed ingredients, and mixing efficiency, feed mixing efficiency, which should be proper, and efficiency of delivery of the mixed feed, that should be checked at the mixing point. And when deliver that feed, so we can also check the performance of the animal. So what kind of the feed we are delivering as per a specification of the required animals. So we can check the performance of the animal, that will give the results. So what kind of the feed we have prepared, that the result can be checked at the animals level. And different analytical procedure, we can go for the testing of the or assessment of the feed quality. So assessment of the processing and the production quality, like the size of the grains. Size is also very much important. A smaller size, larger size, medium size, fine size. So we can check the size of the grain, color of the finished products, like color of the pilot, color of the mass feed, color of the crumbs, a smell of the feed. Some expert person, they can smell the quality of, they can check the quality of the feed on prima facie based on the smell of the feed. Mixing of the ingredient, which should be very much important. So every ingredient should be mixed properly and it should be the homogeneous mixture while mixing it. So mixing time is very much important while mixing the ingredient in a mixture. Then packaging, it should be proper. A specification should be mentioned on each and every bags in the form of card or in printed form. Instruction of the use of the feed, instruction of the keeping of the feed, storage of the feed should be given on every bag. It should be the properly stitched and weighed. So weighed either 50 kg, 10 kg, 1 kg. So accordingly, the weight should be mentioned in the way. It should be free from the any contaminations like insects, weevils, etc. So how we can assess the feedstuffs quality, like physical quality, sanitary quality, and intrinsic quality. So in physical quality, we can assess the size, shape, damage, density, and moisture of the feed. In sanitary quality, we can assess the foreign materials, whether it is any foreign material is present in the feed or not. Dust, insect, rodents, excreta, fungal infection. So this is the sanitary quality. Intrinsic quality like non-visible attributes like proximate principles, protein, oil, fat, fiber. So these parameters should be studied or examined, and that will say the quality of the feedstuffs, whether it is good or bad. So quality control of the raw material, how we can perform the quality control of the raw material. So we should first see the visual inspections. So visual inspections tells the whether it is moisture content of the feed, whether it is moldy, whether it will infested from any insect or not, what is the smell of the raw material, what is the color of the raw materials. By that we can see the visually, and we can take different samples for microscopical examination for adulteration. How we can perform, why we can perform the microscopical examination to see the adulteration in the feed. We go for the testing of the crude protein, fat, as toxins, moisture levels, etc. So based on this, we can reject or accept the raw material. So these parameters should be required for rejection and acceptance of the raw material. So what is the need of the finished feed quality parameters? And we should go for the to check the or to examine the finished products. Also, so for every batch, when producing the finished products in the feed plant, so every batch the sample should be kept for the examination and testing in the laboratory. So batch-wise testing is very much important, and by that way we can check the granulation of the feed. We can check the mixing property. We can check the size of the pilot. We can check the color, smell of the finished products, batch. So accordingly, we go for the proximate analysis of the finished feed, and from proximate analysis, you know what the protein, moisture, fiber, fat, ice, and NFE. And other than that, we can also go for the inorganic minerals analysis like calcium, phosphorus, salt, and as well as the toxin if facility is available. But at least the toxin should be must be analyzed or must be examined on weekly basis if it is not possible on the batch basis. We can go for the analysis of the amino acid profile, vitamins profiles. If we can mix any drugs, then the drug profile also. So by that way, we can check the standard of the feed, and we can match the standard whatever the required after the testing of the quality parameters of the feed. So what is the current good management practices CGMP is being followed and why it is required? Because it is required to adhere the current general standard of the manufacturing. So different standard is given by the different agency in country. So we should adhere with the general standard of the manufacturing. So we should check accordingly the quality parameter and we try to match these standards of our finished products. So to ensure the product to meet the specification or not, to maintain the integrity of the product, which is manufacturer for marketing, and maintain the integrity of the feed manufacturer as well. So what kind of the feed they manufacture in the plant, whether it is of good quality, whether it is maintaining the standard, optimum standard parameters or not, and prevent the non-permissible residual level, either in antibiotic, case of antibiotic, either in case of insecticide, either in case of the drugs, either in case of the any materials, whether it is applicable in the feed during manufacturing of the feed. So that should be in permissible level. So by that way, we can use the good management practices in the feed plant. A storage of the feedstuffs is very much important. It also affects the quality parameters of the raw material as well as the finished products. So control the condition of the control condition. Storage should be in controlled condition, maintain the original quality of the product, and minimize the derivative changes while storing the feed and raw material. So what are the factors which affect the storage of the feed? First factor is the moisture. Moisture should be optimum, and we should always store the feed to minimize the moisture level, because once moisture level will be high in the raw material, there may be the chance of the fungal infestation, there may be the chance of the others insect growth in the feed and raw materials. So we should check the moisture level, temperature should be optimum, oxygen supply should be proper while storing the feed. Whether any engineering defects or any engineering aspects which should be kept in mind while preparation of the storage on godowns, bulk storage, physical barrier should be there. It should be free from the rodents. So rodent is a very big problem in the storage sites. So we should kept in mind. It should be there is no way to go the rodents inside the godowns, and we should minimize it. We try to minimize it. So it should be the free from the microorganisms, and no passage to go going inside the any type of the birds, because they are carrier of the many organism which will affect the quality parameters of the feed. So these parameters and these are the factors which affect the storage of the feed quality. How we can control the pest? Actually, to maintain the storage, cleanliness is the very much important. So we should clean the storage site. We can remove and destroy all the spillage and the over there in the floor, and examines for excessive moisture content, whether it is excessive moisture content or it is of good quality parameters whether moisture content is less. So excess moisture will invite the insect infestations, invite the fungal infestation. So we should control the moisture content, whether any form of the infestation is there or not. So we regularly fumigate the storage sites. So by fumigation, we can control the pest. So, and do not store the infested commodities along with the good commodities, along with the those commodity free from the any infestation. So we should kept separately, avoid long time of the storage, and staff should be whatever the staffs which is available in the warehouse, that should be trained to maintain the proper hygiene in the site. So a staff should be trained, well trained. By that way, we can control the pest and we can manage the pest in the storage house. How we can control the rodents? Generally, hygiene, maintaining the proper hygiene and rat proofing premises. It should be there. Trapping system should be there. We can use the poison, right? Poison sometimes to remove the or to devour the rats. We can treat with anticoagulants. Rodents tracking system should be there. We can use the repellents fumigation. Fumigation is also very in practice to remove the pest and rodents, and record keeping is very much important. So by that way we can control the rodents. How we can manage the stocks? Stock management is very much important for any feed industry or any feed millers. So it should be well prepared. It should be recorded properly. How much feed is coming, raw material coming, how much finished good is going out from the site. Routine maintenance of the silos, storehouse should be there. Be dry before the storage, be dry the where we are stacking or we are stocking the finished food. That place should be dry before the storage. Vigilance for we should keep vigilance for the hotter spot, any hotter spot is present in the site or not, and proper ventilation should be maintained in silo. So by that way we can manage the stocking. So lastly, I conclude the today lecture. And so we can say that the adequate drying before the storage, adequate drying before the storage, suitable storage facilities. We can provide proper management of the warehouse should be done, and regular inspection for infestation, any type of the infestation should be completed on regular basis. Application of the residual insecticides, we can use application of the commodity protectants, we can use, and regular fumigation at regular interval. So fumigation is very much important. By that way we can check different infestations, and we can check the rodents pests by performing the regular fumigations. So it should be performed on regular interval. So this is all about the today class about the quality parameters. What is the importance and significance of the quality parameters? So thank you.
Thank you, sir.